guys, so today I decided that I wanted to play in makeup. I really wanted to use a lime green color from the BH Cosmetics palette. I'm going to show you right now. So the cover of this broke off today. But yeah, this is the palette. And that's the green that I'm talking about. This is the Modern Matte 28 color eyeshadow palette. So let me open it. So I used this green, it's blue, and this one. And the shimmer colors that are on my lid, almost broke that too. Slippery fingers. I used the Morphe 3502 palette. It looks like this. These have names and I'll just list them down below for which ones I use. The BH Cosmetics palette doesn't have names, or at least as far as I can remember, the sheet didn't have names. It was just a sheet that was in here. So if you would like to see how I created this look, please stay tuned. I want to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Just, subscribe and hit the little bell so you can get notifications. Thank you guys for coming here today, and just, let me know what you want to see next. Thank you. I start by priming my lid using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. Now I'm going to take that dark blue from the BH Cosmetics Modern Mattes palette and pack that on into my crease area. When I did the other eyelid, I realized that the blue wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it to be, so I added another blue from the same palette. And the colors are very chalky, so when I blended it out, it turned into a bit of a green color, which I didn't mind, but that was definitely not the blue that I was looking for, but it still worked. So when I did this on the other eye and I first blended it out, I was like, what the hell is going on? But you know what? I kept going, and I'm glad I did, because I actually like how it turned out. I feel like if it was a brighter blue, it wouldn't have meshed well together with the gold. So yeah, you just keep blending it out. So then I moved on to cut my crease with the same concealer that we used to prime our eyes. And you can see that I'm going above my natural crease line, and that's simply because I have hooded eyelids and I wanted it to pop out more. I wanted the shadow to show while my eyelids were open, because I realized at the last tutorial that I did, you couldn't really see it when my eyes were open. Like, I had to tilt my head down for you to really see it. I just wanted this to be seen. To deepen up that outer corner, I went into the Morphe 3502 palette and I used the color Whiz. Then to add somewhat of a gradient effect, I went into the color Brunette from the same palette and also packed that into that corner. The next color that I'm going to go into is Zodiac, and it's kind of like a deep copperish color. And then I added Pure into the inner corners. And let me tell you, that transition between the two, it was so amazing, and I really loved it at that point. I was just like, yeah, this is the look. I love it. And I wanted that Zodiac to be more of a focal point, so I continued to put it more towards the center of my eye. And I went ahead and applied my liner and lashes off camera. If you want to know what I use, it'll definitely be in the description box below. I went on to doing the rest of my makeup, and I primed my skin using the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. For my foundation, I decided to use the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Foundation in the color Mocha. I think that's the color. It'll be in the description box below. Normally I would use a brush to blend this out, but I tried using a sponge one time and I really liked how it came out, so that is what I did. I'm using a Real Techniques sponge to blend this out. To highlight my face, I used the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. And I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I don't think it's a lot. And the same sponge that I used to blend out my foundation is what I'm using to blend out the concealer, because I don't want it to be too bright against my skin, and the foundation that's already on the sponge is going to take away some of that, I guess, brightness, you could say. And I also decided to take it up towards the corners of my eyes just to clean up whatever shadow was kind of out of place there when I blended out. And I always have to go back in with a bit more concealer in that deep area in my under eye, just so that I can get that crease to go away. And I have to pack on powder in that area. I just don't like how deep set my eyes are. Like, I don't mind, like, God gave it to me, yes, but for makeup I don't like how it dips in, so I conceal it and powder it even more than the rest of my face. So for that dip, I'm going to pack the powder in, and the powder I'm using is the Fenty profilt'r in the color Honey, and I'm packing that in that area. And then for the rest of the eye, I use the normal amount that I would use. And I take the rest and I carry it on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my chin, and I think my upper lip. And please forgive me for the foolish sounds I be making sometimes. But yeah, I go on to reverse contouring my cheeks. I don't know, I just really like doing that part. It just makes it better, you know? And some people say you don't have to add this much makeup, but let me tell you something. I like to do the whole monster look because it just works for me. Do what works for you. Then I go ahead and dust away some of that powder, and I move on to contouring with my Ruby Kisses contour palette. Don't know the name of the shades, but I use those first two at the top. So you know the drill: cheeks, forehead, nose, and neck fat if you have that like me. And I do the little line across my nose because I want the tip of my nose to be that round center of attention because I have a really small nose. Yep, there goes that neck fat. And it was at this moment I realized my edges were looking crazy for the whole video. But you know what? I didn't care. I even showed it to you guys. And you shouldn't care either. And here's the moment my double chin disappeared. You see that? And now it's time to dust away the rest of that powder that makes you look like a monster. And after it's gone, you're going to look like such a beautiful creature. At least I do. And I just kept buffing out my face so that I wouldn't have that ashy looking face and those lines of demarcation. You know, just buff it out, make it look good. But you don't want to buff out too much like I did. So I had to go back into that contour palette and, you know, do a little something in those areas. And if you still look a little ashy, it's okay. Just spray your setting spray. You're going to be okay. And I very lightly push that setting spray into my skin using a sponge. Don't know why I do this, I just do it. Then I'm adding my highlighter. I'm using the Megaglo from Wet n Wild. I don't remember the name right now, so I'll put it in the description box below. Now I'm lining my lips using the brown pencil from Wet n Wild. But before we go any further, I'm going to go back to my eyes and I'm going to apply that black kohl pencil from Wet n Wild into my waterline. And I go back into that Morphe palette with the color brunette and I use that in my under eye. And I also go back into those blues from the BH Cosmetics Modern Mattes palette, and I also put that under there too. Then there's that green that inspired the entire look. So what you can do is use that Milk Jumbo pencil, lay that down first, and then pack on your green. I completely forgot to do that, so I was just packing and packing and packing, but it turned out well because I think I look good, don't you? But yeah. I'm going back to my lips and I'm using the Revlon Lustrous lip gloss in the color Supernatural. This is my favorite lip gloss, so you guys are going to see this a lot. I also wanted a little shimmer, so I added this lip gloss from Lancome. I don't even know the name of it or anything because the plastic came off, but yeah. And this is the completed look. Look at those eyes, baby. I was so proud of this look. So proud. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another video soon. Bye, guys.